Welcome. Hi, I'm Bobby Brantley. I am the creator, the owner of Sacred Bloom Yoga. And please join us. Join us for our isolating slow flow. And join us for our other classes too. They're all beneficial. There you are. I had hidden you guys and I'm like, no, I need to see you. Okay, welcome to today's class. We are going to do the whole body. So let's start in standing, top of your mat. So isolated slow flow, like most of you've all caught at least one class, but our Friday class, I think after seeing how this is going, our Friday class will include like everything that we've worked on through the week. And so we're getting a sneak preview of what that's going to look like. So let's start at top of your mat, reach up, fill up, take your breath in, exhale, hands to heart center. Just pause here, close your eyes, feel your feet underneath you. You can even lift your toes up, press through your heels, and then press into the mounds. And then equal weight into both areas. And if your toes are still lifted, go ahead and press them down. Imaginary block between your thighs, press in on it. Pit of the belly in. So we call this true north alignment. It's in every pose in our Baptiste sequence, which we'll use some of them from today. Length through your sides. Ribs squeeze into your center line. Shoulder integration, shoulders up to your ears. Pull them together and down. Head presses high. Your eyes are still closed, open them. Set your drishti, just a point in front of you. Your hands and fingertips press. And it's starting to turn the muscles on in your body. So our core comes from the ground up and your feet press down and scrub in. Ribs squeeze in. Great work. Hopefully you feel some more. Okay, fill up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Fold down. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Goalpost arms. And I'm going to rotate left to right. So now we're getting into the side body. We're still warming up. I'll tell you what, the slow isolation, like sometimes it's no joke. Like the shoulder work, there was a deep warmth that came into the shoulders, and a couple of the clients, they've taken the recording and they reached out and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect to sweat that much. And then another client, like we did the neck isolation, cervical and thoracic spine. And man, like I was sore 2 days later. Okay, pause, fill up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold down, we're gonna hang in ragdoll. So feet about hip width distance apart, that's about 2 fists. Hands to opposite elbows, or you can wrap them behind your thighs. And then we stay in this pose and breathe. Your Ujjayi breath is in and out through your nose. A cleansing breath, you breathe in through your nose. And then open mouth side out. Noticing which breath you enjoy, right? And then add that one in, stay with it. Shaking your head, yes and no. Feet press down, heels scrub away from one another. Release that scrub, soften. Add it back in, heels press down and scrub outward. And I want you to take now your hands to your outer shins. And you press, you resist in your hands. The palms and shins press against one another, the outer shins. And release, let your hands come down, forward fold. Bend on your knees, come up, extended mountain. Hands to heart center. Reach up. You're gonna tip over, hips, a hip presses out as you reach to the opposite side. Come back up to center, tip over opposite side. Hip presses out as you reach in that opposite direction. Yeah, nice work, come back up. Okay, we're gonna consider that our warm up. Well done. Come to seated or to standing on your knees. Either one. You can sit in hero's pose too. Just that. You grab your strap. We're gonna take it overhead. Let you guys, give you guys that time. Yeah, we're gonna do goalpost arms, bending in your elbows. And I want the strap to be like connected to your head. Having it there, then it's gonna give us that cue, like if we end up pulling our head forward, right, pull it back, let it connect with the strap. And now we're resisting. As I look to the computer, I see I'm blowing out my top ribs. So if that's happening in your body, right, pull those top ribs back down to the hip bones. We're holding, arms might be shaking, that's totally normal. You stay right here. Might need a cleansing breath. If you do, take it. Okay, release the strap. You can just kind of let it sit on your shoulders if you want as well. And at any moment you need to adjust your seat, take it, right? If you just need to sit flat down onto the earth, cross-legged or legs straight out, either one, all of it works with what we're doing here in our shoulder warm-up. Let's use the strap again. And this time, let's take your left arm up. I'm sorry, the right arm. I'm trying to mirror y'all. It's a great way to confuse myself. Right arm up, and then you pull your elbow towards your nose. You have that strap behind you, and then you're gonna pull. With the left hand, you're gonna pull down, and then move your left elbow towards your spine, and we hold here. Head pressing into your hand, keeping your neck stacked over, your head stacked over your shoulders. Okay, let's release that. And just pause. You can also roll out your shoulders. Other side. Now the left arm up. Grabbing the strap at your low back. Walking your hands towards one another as close as you can get them. Not overstretching just yet. And now, left elbow pulls towards your nose. Great work. And now you use your right hand to pull your left hand down. Right elbow towards your spine. And you're creating a gentle resistance, and you hold it here. If you notice you're arching in your low back, blowing up those top ribs, pull those top ribs back down. And stay here holding. Feel that heat building. One more second. Okay, release. Walk out your shoulders. Great job. I'm actually going to grab some blocks to sit on, so if you guys need to adjust your seat, go ahead. Do what you need. Have the strap handy. Okay, back to goalpost arms without the strap. And now you pull your fingertips towards the floor. So we're going to be waiters for a moment. Okay, I'm going to go serve some drinks. Let the scapulas drop towards your tailbone. Nice. Head pressing high, chin parallel to the floor. Now, a way to adjust your stance, your seat. Okay, the alignment, well done. Hold it. Release. Now you're gonna hug yourself. Walking your hands to opposite shoulders. From here, pit of the belly in, fold over. Pulling your elbows down, chin towards your sternum. And then you slowly come back up. And open out. Goalpost arms to next. I want you to add in shoulder integration, shoulders up to your ears, pull them together, scapula points down, hopefully feeling that nice length now in the cervical spine. Your thumbs, they're gonna go behind you, so your palms should be facing one another. And now as the thumbs drop down, the elbows lift, slowly lifting, keeping the scapulas engaged on your back, going down, and when you get your elbows as high as you can get them, you straighten your arms. Doing your best to maintain that shoulder integration as you lift up. And if you find yourself holding your breath like I am, take a breath in. Let the thumbs come back down, bend in your elbows, and now the elbows slowly come down. Rounding, like hugging a ball now. Yeah, squeezing and hugging in, and then fold over. You can even take your hands to opposite shoulders if you'd like that, chin in towards your chest. And slowly come back up. Nice work from the seat. Oh, you know what? Right now, let's go ahead and add this in. That rotation of left to right. I'm sure you feel it. So it starts to get into the outer hips. Gets into your sides. And the neck as well. Okay, great work. From your seat, no matter where you're at, this cue works. Both sits bones nice and grounded. Then length on your inhale, length through your sides, ribs squeeze in, that's part of that true north alignment. From there, your right hip presses down, right arm reaches up. Keeping that right hip pressing down, you tip over, reaching to the other side. If you feel that hip lift up, press it back down. And now breathe into your right lung. If you feel your shoulder like crunching up, send it back down. And then you can add your neck in here. You're gonna twist your nose up towards your hand. And come back up through center, pause. Other side. Left hip presses down as you reach your left hand up. Keep the hip pressed down as you tip to the right. And you're gonna breathe into the left lung. If you feel the hip come up, you press it back down. Now we're gonna add in that neck stretch. Rotate your nose up towards the ceiling. Left side body filling up. Back up to center, great work. Goalpost arms, rotate left to right. I think you all have blocks, right? Do y'all have at least 2 blocks or 1 block? At least 1. Okay, great. We're gonna take fish. I want you all to take supported fish if you have blocks. So one of the blocks, the tall height, it goes between the shoulder blades. So for us ladies, it's kind of like where the bra strap is. For the men, right, it's like the base of the scapulas. And then you lean back onto it. You lay back onto it for supported fish. And then if you have a second block, you can use it for your head. If you only have 1 block, you can scoot far enough back to where the back of that 1 block holds your head. For demo purposes, I'll show traditional fish. You sit onto your hands, elbows pull towards your spine, and you lean back onto the sternum, lifts up, head drops back. Yeah, nice work. Because we are holding this for so long, that's why I wanted you guys to have the supported fish, the blocks for support. The area we're focusing on in this pose is the front torso. We're gonna help bring in expansion through breath. So first I want you to breathe into your sternum. That's it, we're gonna do cleansing breaths. Open mouth, sigh it out, release. Next, your low lungs. Open mouth, sigh it out. Taking now your air down into your abdomen. Open mouth, sigh it out. All right, now all three areas. Deep inhale. Holding it for about 2 seconds. And then sigh it out, release. And you're gonna hold now the pose. And allowing your breath to flow, right? It could be your natural breath, like whatever the body just instinctively takes. You know how every once in a while you'll just take a cleansing breath or a sigh out throughout your day? It's kind of that your body's way of doing what it needs without cueing it. And so do your best just to be in stillness and allow your breath to happen without controlling it. If there's stiffness in your jaw, soften your jaw. And soften your eyes and your eyelids. Relaxing from the center of your forehead down towards your temples. And then from the temples down along the edges of your ears, relaxing until you reach your jaw hinge. And then allowing the muscles in and around your jaw hinge to completely relax. Like the lower lip might move away from the upper lip. Your jaw, the lower jaw, relaxing. You slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. You're gonna press into one elbow. You're gonna lean, put your weight onto that one elbow as you slowly come out. Chin will even guide you out. And we're gonna transition into child's pose. Great work, way to hold that. Child's pose, feet come together towards one another and your knees go out wider. And then you sit back towards your heels and reach forward. So depending on mobility, your hips could be higher, right? Don't give it any meaning. It's just until you do this work enough to stretch out those muscles. And you could always take a couple of blocks underneath your sternum if your head does not go down all the way. Never be afraid to use some yoga props. Now to start opening up the back, we're gonna use our breath to breathe into the shoulders, sending them towards the ceiling. The breath work, right? It just lifts the scapulas up. And then soften, release the air, the shoulders down. Low lungs now. You're filling up from the center of your spine and out to the left and right. Release. As best as you can, send your inhale down into your low back. And soften and release. Low back. Fill up one more time from the center of your spine out to the left and right. Pit of the belly in, air out. Your mid back, low lungs. Broadening out with breath. Then the shoulders. And soften down. We're going to do a cleansing breath. You breathe into all three areas. Open up, side out, release. And now we hold the pose. You can take your right or left ear down. You're going to have that side down for 2 or 3 breaths. Let's do 3. One final breath with this ear down. And switch sides, opposite ear down. Bring your forehead back to center. You're gonna rock your head left to right. Massaging out your forehead if it's connected to the floor. Otherwise, we're just kind of getting a warmth in the neck. Now, hands spread nice and wide. They're mat width distance. Index fingers at 12 o'clock. Here we're gonna add in some action. Hands press down and forward, sending your hips towards your heels. And we're gonna add this with breath. Inhale, press down. Exhale, press forward, send your hips towards your heels. Another thing we add on here, fill up first, hands press down. Now pit of the belly in as you press down and forward, sending your hips towards your heels. Inhale. Ribs squeeze in, pit of the belly in. Great work, come in the tabletop. You're gonna walk your knees underneath the hips. Couple of cat cows here. Inhale, head up, tailbone up. Exhale, rounding into cat. Shoulders press high, tailbone descends. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Stay with this, stay with your breath. Inhale is cow. On your exhale, cat. And then as you come into that cat, come onto your fingertips. Chin in toward your chest and stay, hold it. And on your next inhale, lower down, come into cow. And cat, you're gonna hold this cat. You're gonna swing your hips to the left as the shoulders still press high. And then swing the hips to the right. And back to center, come down, one final cow. And just one, like normal cat, without anything extra. Great, we're downward facing dog. You guys all know down dog, so take that bend in your knees, send your hips up, chest toward your thighs. And alternate bending your knees. So now you're kind of like, if you don't feel it yet, what we're getting into now is the hips. And the outer hips. When we alternate bending the knees, we start to warm those muscles up. I'm just going to show a modification. We come into flip dog. You can take flip dog from tabletop or down dog. Right leg lifts, bend your knees, stack your hips. Stay for one more breath. Inhale that knee high. Heel moves towards your left shoulder, your opposite shoulder. Then go ahead and set it down. And opposite side flip dog. Left leg lifts, bend your knees, stack your hips. Inhale, knee lifts up towards the ceiling. Heel moves towards your right shoulder. Back to center, set it down. Great work. Come down to your mat and onto your backs. Have your strap, get your hat nearby. So it's easy access. And then we lay down, bridge legs. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Fill up. Empty out. And now you're going to rotate your knees left to right. Slowly moving. It's really taking your time. You might notice now you have, like, you're able, after a couple rotations, you're able to get the knees lower on each one. As long as your shoulders stay down, those hips can lift up when you take that deeper twist. If the shoulders pop up, you're not going to take that twist as deep. Okay, pause right here. Knees up at center. You're going to take now your right ankle onto your left knee. Here, you might need the strap for this. What you do, you interlace your hand between your thighs. Interlace, you just reach through. And then you interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. If they don't reach, you have your access to your strap to help pull that knee forward toward your nose. So the strap goes on the left thigh. Yeah, way to adjust. Then you use your right elbow to press your right knee away from you to help deepen the stretch. Another option is straightening the left leg, pulling your left leg towards your nose. And if you're still not feeling that stretch, you can take your right knee into your right elbow, your left foot into your left elbow, clasping your hands, letting your head rest back. So cradling a baby here, right? If you're able to get that deeper stretch. Stay with your breath. More of a ujjayi breath than this deeper hip stretch. One more. And you slowly let your left foot come down, let your right foot join. And you're going to gently rock your knees left to right. And then coming back to center, Left ankle onto your right knee. Left hand going in between your thighs, reaching for behind your right thigh. You can clasp your hands there. Left elbow pressing your knee away. Option of straightening your right leg. Right leg helping pull your left ankle down, or like towards your nose. Now that deeper stretch, you're welcome to cradle that left lower leg. Bring your Ujjayi breath into this pose. In and out through your nose. One more breath. And you're going to move out of the pose really slow. Letting the right foot set down. The left foot joining. Yeah, nice work. Rotate your knees left to right. Grab your strap. You're going to take it to your right leg. Your right foot. Straightening our right leg. And then the mounds of your foot presses into the strap. You pull the strap down towards the floor, heel pressing high. We're going to hold it here for a couple of seconds. Now what we're going to slowly pull our right foot directly, like the direction to be directly over our head, right? And then you slowly bring your foot back. So we're creating a pumping motion. Pulling your toes towards the floor behind you, and then slowly letting that heel come back to center. Right? And so the mind's only moving about 4 or 5 inches. Depends on how flexible, how much mobility you have in your hamstrings here. Some of you might get it closer to the floor. So that slow pumping motion. Okay, great work. Pause up at center. If you need to take a slight bend in your knee to take some of that pressure out, add that in. Now we're going to work on getting the outer leg stretch. So inhale, foot up at center. Exhale, the right hip stays down as you take your foot to the left. Inhale, back up. Right hip stays down as the foot travels towards the left. Back to center. Over. Back to center. If you have tension in your knee at all, you're going to gently bend it. Still going left to right with your leg. Come back up to center, pause. Now the inner thigh work. Inhale, foot over the top. Exhale, it goes to the right. Inhale, you come back up. So you probably kind of have that cadence down now, right? You're just slowly moving out on your exhale. Completing the inhale. And the foot hitting the top at the same time. And you're doing your best to maintain that cadence. Connecting breath to the movement. And just one more rotation of the leg going out. And then back to center. Release that foot out of the strap, let your leg come down. Even like extend that leg, straighten it out. There's a lot of contraction in that hip flexor. Okay, other side. Left foot. Taking the strap onto the ball mound of your left foot and the pinky toe mound. Heel pressing towards the ceiling, toes spreading wide, and then the mags press into your strap. Hold it here for a few seconds. So there's pressure in your knee joint. You're going to take a slight bend. And now the pumpy motion. First, the toes sliding behind your head or towards your head, and then you bring your heel back to center. Yeah, so I was just staying with that, slowly moving your foot towards your head and then back up to neutral. Pause here at the center. We're going to then take, inhale at the top, exhale, your foot goes towards the right. Left hip staying down. That left hip pops up. Use your left thumb to kind of anchor it back down, right? You take that thumb into your hip hinge, press it down and forward. Yeah, way to maintain that slow movement, right? Slowing down with your breath. One more rotation and taking it towards the right. You're going to pause when you reach back up to the top. You can take that gentle bend in your knee for a little bit of space. Great work so far. Okay, now we take it out to the left. Get the inner thigh stretch. And Andy, if you want to relax even your shoulders down, let your hands slide along your strap. Yeah, take the shoulders out of this. One more rotation. Gently bend your knee, release your strap, feet come down. Straighten your left leg out. Let the blood flow come back into that hip hinge. Okay, both legs out now actually. And you're gonna point your toes forward and then you pull your toes toward your nose. Now as you point your toes forward, it's like you're reaching into a box of tissues, grabbing a tissue, and then you pull that tissue out with your toes. I ended up bending my knees doing that work, right? Like, so that's okay if that happens, right? But like, and the feet might cramp, your calves might cramp. That's okay. Like, you'll just soften. Do what you can. So it's not too often we actually stretch and get into the feet and the toes. Even though they carry us around all day long, we rarely stop to like give them space and to stretch them out. They make these amazing toe stretchers. They almost look like when you go and get your pedicure and they put those spacers in between. They have toe stretchers in the like insole department at Walgreens, CVS, or like Walmart. And I absolutely encourage grabbing some. and wearing them in bed like 5 minutes before you go to sleep. Okay, stop. Nice work. I want to grab a block. Since you all have a block, we're going to do this pose. You're going to come to bridge legs, lift your hips up, place the block underneath your sacrum. From there, straighten your legs. And if it's really uncomfortable to have both legs out, just do one at a time. Yeah, so now we're getting the front hip flexors to stretch out, and we're even getting them to stretch down along the front thighs. And we want you to add in a slight bit of action. Heel pressing into the floor. Hold it 2 or 3 seconds, and then soften that press. And if you're doing one side at a time, go ahead and get the other side. And then adding the action in one final time, a gentle press of the heels towards the floor, hold it, and then soften. Slowly sliding your feet back to bridge legs. Press into your feet, lift your hips up. Set your block to the side. And then final pose of class, Shavasana, legs go straight out, arms rest. Let's take a cleansing breath. We'll fill up. Hold it for 2 seconds. And then open your mouth side out, release down. So you're going to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just finding length. And then coming up to seated. Your most comfortable seated position. Hands to heart center, great work. Thumb knuckles up to your forehead. Together we say, Namaste. Full body today. Well done.
Unmute you guys.
Okay, you should be unmuted if you wanted to say bye. Maybe not.
Mine's doing a weird thing where it won't let you unmute me.
Yeah, that's been happening after the slow flow class. I don't know why. Whatever.
At least I'm in the slow flow class.
Yeah, at least you made it.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Bobby.
Sure. We'll see y'all later. I don't have this class tomorrow, just FYI.
You aren't?
No, I'm starting to lose my voice and I feel like I need to rest it. I've been just adding all these extra classes in has been hard on my voice, so.
Are we gonna have our other class?
The 11:15 we will, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.